Pszczonski, and this is the crash. Look at this, boom, big contact and
every corner. That's tough. I mean,
look at the wall. He absolutely destroyed the. Oh, bam, bam. Oh, the front wheel ripped off the car the lot, and yeah, word is a lot of the teams jamming together to try and get Pszczonski back out. This is just for kudos. This is just for more points in qualifying. Peter Vicek now thrown the gauntlet by James Dean and said, "What have you got?
Yeah.
You think you're good? You lead first."
Look at the grin.
And look at Dean. He's grinning. Two former teammates, two good friends behind the scenes. Dean wraps the knuckles. He does the hand exercise. They get the thumbs up from Martin. This is it. The end of qualifying is almost over as they're off the line. It's going to be Vicek to lead out James Dean for the final battle in our qualifying showdown. Oh, are you serious? This is going to be an insane weekend. Bumper parts spread across the track. Fog lights out. Oh! Wow! Big accident. And here we go. Let's go back to the replay from our drone. Vicek fires through. Dean fires through. Vicek on the brakes early. Doesn't get on throttle. Dean can't slow the car down. And
he
sandwiches.
tried. He tried just so hard.
He comes in so fast and he just couldn't slow the car down. And you know the scary thing for James is the back end of that RTR Mustang.
You're gonna see it
in the door. Look at this. You're gonna see the back end of that Mustang. Oh, sandwich! Vicek against the wall. Oh my God!
Jeez,
that is a bad accident.
Oh jeez. Yeah. Thankfully, Piotr Vincek. It looks like okay. He's gonna feel all of that tomorrow, though.
Oh, I'm going to say now that's probably one of the worst ones we've seen so far in Big Masters, because that was rear crash structure to the door and pinned, and James was trying to get himself out of that situation. And look at him instantly looking over to see if Peter's okay. I like to chase first, so I'm going to chase first. That's my bag, especially if you're not the greatest qualifying line driver. A lot of these guys prefer to chase. Here we go, Heinlein sitting 8 meters away from the back end, or the beginning, the start of that BMW E92 as Cherba now put into that lead position. We expect Laurie Heinlein to give him a good chase as he starts to creep already. They get the green light, and Cherba breaks that beam, and we get all clear, ready to send. Through the gears goes Benedictus Cherba as he flicks that E92 across the circuit. Heinlein with a big clutch kick on, a shallow wobble there from both guys, and almost impact as Laurie Heinlein absolutely backs that car in, rear wheel to rear wheel. They both flick on angle. It's scrappy from both at the moment. Oh, and they come down. Contact.
It did not look like a Cherba run. Added the extra angle.
Oh yeah, rear wheel to rear wheel.
Yeah, so there might be a bit of damage on Cherba. Either way, it's our second run. You can see Laurie looking at it, waiting. Knew it. Oh, doesn't break focus. It doesn't even blink on contact. What a madman. But just a little body check there.
The weekend for him, because Pszczonski's looking good. He's looking on form. He's feeling confident. 300 more horsepower underneath the bonnet of this BMW E92. As Kevin Pszczonski awaits the battle with Alex Holovnia. Pszczonski choosing to lead as well, so he knows exactly what he needs to do as Holovnia now starts to creep already. Pszczonski off that start line, big clutch kick across the circuit, then opens up all the power off that V8. Oh, look at this from Holovnia, fires that car, almost throws two wheels off circuit. It's deep. Oh, it's a big one. As he rips the wheels off the car.
Literally. Okay, wow, that ended as good as it could have, considering what was going on.
Until he got into four. Look at this. You can see him fully locked up on that foot brake. He's back on throttle, but it goes wide instantly because he's carrying so much speed. I don't think he anticipated how fast he was going at that point. As soon as he tagged that wall, it just ripped the rear wheel clean off the car. Look at how fast he's going through this section.
And he doesn't even e-brake. He's just floating the rear end of the car out. And so this also plays into how fast the track is getting, and we talked about earlier.
Yeah, rubbering in more, the heat of the sun.
I'll bet you he was going even a few kilometers faster than he was ready for or used to from previously, or the e-brake, because we saw no e-brake pull through that entire thing. He just clutched in and kind of floated the car out. But yeah, lucky that's the worst of the damage is a bit of cosmetic and a wheel for sure.
Yeah, look at this. As soon as he goes over that white line, he's on that marbles, and you can see Golovnia on the handbrake trying to slow that car down. Well, here we go. Back on the line we go. And it's going to be Conor Falvey to take on Jakub Pszczonski. And you're right. That car does look just
Looks
how
great.
it did on Friday morning for the photo shoot, as Puszczynski sits in the car, geared up, ready to go. But he's going to be taking on the Rookie of the Year in 2024. It is, of course, Drift Game's very own Connor Falvey, a man that's feeling very confident. His dad said, look, he came here last year, all he wanted to do was qualify. He said to his dad, this weekend, all I want to do this year is win.
Oh, step up. Now, Falvey, though, taking the lead.
Yeah, Falvey taking the lead, decided to take that lead position, stick to the old way as he fires that car in, that S15, up and gone as he puts foot to floor, that carbon Kevlar S15, not messing around, but out of the smoke. From nowhere comes Puszczynski, he's going wide, oh, contact, hits the rear wheel, puts them both into a spin. So look at this, Connor Falvey fires in, he's on throttle, oh, is he not on throttle?
That's going to be the next question.
This is going to be the next question for the judges, and I can see the judges going over and over and over that replay. We see you updating your telemetrics there.
They should never have given me this much
Yeah,
information. So.
listen, you're getting spoiled. I've got a feeling that Falvey's off throttle.
Yeah, that might be the case.
Look
here,
at this,
so.
watch the rear wheels of Connor Falvey's car on the handbrake for a long time. Goes to jump on throttle, maybe it's a little loose there, and you can see Puszczynski slowing.
Yeah, tough to say. It does look like through part of that zone, he's keeping relatively the same speed, if not a potential slowdown as he's exiting that zone. Tough to say, though. Really, really tough. The next question, though, ends up becoming, is Puszczynski too aggressive coming in? Because he's way offline. Way, way offline.
I would not want to be a judge, that's all I'm saying. I do not want to be a judge. We're trying to look back and see what's going on. Big contact from both these guys. And Puszczynski's GR86 has took a lot of hits this weekend. More hits than the Beatles. Let's just put it out there.
I really think this is going to be a fun battle. I really, really do. The way that Nakamura has cleaned things up, he's more aggressive, he's getting more proximity. You know, admittedly, it looked like for the last little bit, he's been fighting the car, not able to get comfortable in it. That is not the case anymore. It's got this thing dialed very quick and very, very close. David just progressing and getting better and better with every run.
He certainly is. Look, and Spossum's been coming up through the ranks, and Spossum, the higher qualifier, decides to take that lead position. But look, don't take your eyes off Nakamura, because he's been looking deadly in this car as they fire through into gear. A lot into initiation, but look at Nakamura well out of formation, almost down the inside there. I had to hold my breath for a second. I thought we were going to see contact way before outside zone 4. Now Nakamura back into formation, back in the flow, but he's very aggressive. Spossum not doing too much too wrong right now, just putting down an incredible lead line and giving Nakamura an opportunity, a big contact across the line. So much pressure on Spossum, and he's overdriving the car and almost really trying to impede the lead driver at this point. For me, Spossum, full throttle there. Nakamura goes for it. Yeah, drives up. Oh, that's big contact. And it looks to me like he snapped the steering arm or pulled the steering wheel clean out of Nakamura's hand. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's going to happen with that kind of contact. I really think Nakamura expected Spossum to be faster and kind of went into it and drove like that because, you know, maybe that's the notes. Maybe that's just what he was thinking and how they set the car up. But it is, as you said, very aggressive. And I think as much as, you know, it looks a lot like overdriving, I think it's just trying to hold the car back in a lot of cases.
He knew he was going to make contact with Spossum, had to back out of it, and that completely mistimed his transition. He ended up way on the inside of the circuit. But now it's his time to lead out David Spossum. Spossum now going to be feeling a little bit of pressure. Maybe will he go hard on the chase? He's going to jump off the line early, that's for sure, as they get the green light to go. It'll be Spossum to chase down Juha Rittinen. Rittinen smokes the tyres already, a big clutch kicker. Look at this, Rittinen up and gone. That car gripped up to the max as he fires through. Spossum not bothered though, just going to stick to that qualifying line. They both get to outside zone 4. Spossum into the wall though, goes too deep and throws the battle away as Rittinen thunders down the track as the anti-lag rattles around the building. Across the line goes Rittinen.
Slouch over to one side getting into that initiation, but Juha looks good. Spossum just a little bit too wide. Almost like he's adding in a touch too much throttle and the car breaks free more than he was hoping for. Actually, he's coming in with a lot of momentum, and this is where these different camera angles will tell a different story. So from one way, it almost looks like, you know, he just adds a bit more throttle. In this case, he was coming in too quick, and the car just did not dig out of that zone. So we move into our next battle of Juha Rittinen and Kevin Passeur. Both drivers having some mistakes in their previous battles need to be perfect here in order to move on to our final 4.
Yeah, certainly so. Look at this.
Oh.
That ritual I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Rittenen does it every single time. Punches the steering wheel, nods the head. He gets himself focused.
Like
and
he's
ready to rock
shoving
and roll.
himself in that seat, too.
Gets himself deep in the seat, straps himself in as tight as he'll go. And look at this. Purser won't even look at the camera. He's focused, fully in the zone. Visor goes down as soon as he sees that light illuminate. Slots the car into gear, and he's going to give chase to a man that has some serious credentials in European drifting right now as Juha Rittenen leads him out. Big clutch kick for Rittenen. And look at that from Purser. He waited too long.
Whoa.
Both guys drop a wheel over the edge of the circuit as Kevin Purser holds on. Oh,
No.
Rittenen's into the wall. He takes a tyre off the rim. He can't hold on to it. His wheel's off track. And Purser makes his way past an illegal overtake and makes his way down and across the line. For Juha Rittenen, look, we can see where it all went wrong. Look at the speed he's carrying, the pace. Kevin Purser not even in the conversation. He waits so long to get on throttle and it just washes the car wide. Look at that, the rear wheel explodes when he hits the wall. Tyre disposed of.
Yeah, just even that coming off the track before
boom,
he gets there.
Look at that.
Yeah, it was set up long before he ever hit the wall, and that's the hardest part with it.
Yeah.
Tipping off a wheel off the track like that, getting back on, the car grips up, shoots, you pick up a few more kilometers per hour, and really 1 more kilometer per hour than what you're used to is the difference between filling that zone perfectly and what we see here. Oh, thankfully it was just that wheel. It didn't snap back around, he was able to drive through it, but